Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are keeping well. Today we are going to begin with a new chapter. So stay at home and stay safe. I welcome one and all for this class. Let us study together. Let us learn together. Okay? So have a good day and let us learn the topic. Now, we are going to begin with a new chapter, Colonialism and Tribal Societies. Chapter 4 of the history portion. Let us see the learning objectives. There are 5 learning objectives and under that there are few subtopics. Please go through by yourself and each learning objectives will be taken by different teachers. I am starting with the introduction part. So let us begin the chapter. Before we begin, let me show you the pages of this chapter. First chapter is this. First page is this one. Second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page. Okay, and the sixth page. If you have any doubts, you can pause the video and see the pages if you don't have books. Okay. Now we begin here. First one is gathering household needs from forest. Okay, tribals basically get everything from the forest for their daily sustenance. Okay, you can see the picture. Second picture says celebration of tribal groups. Look at the tribals, how they're celebrating, dancing, enjoying and all. Okay. Third picture says tribes worshipping the trees. Okay, basically they used to live with the nature, so they used to basically worship the nature god like sun, moon, trees and all this. Okay, next one is for their daily sustenance, for daily bread they used to make some kind of baskets, that is bamboo basket. They used to make some other tools also. Okay, and this is called mauha flower, my dear students. Okay, mauha flower, most of you might have seen, some of you may not have seen. This is called mauha flower. You can make some drinks from these fruits. Also this tree has got one kind of fruit, from there where you can extract oil and you can use for the cooking purposes. Okay, next, tribes getting ready for hunt. They used to depend on the forest products. Basically they used to go to jungle and kill animals for their daily food. Next, you can see the same picture. Again we are going to see the shift cultivation or jhum cultivation. Okay, this I'll explain to you when you come to the chapter. Tribes go for herding. Herding means rearing the animals. Okay, same thing. Here we begin, my dear students. Come, join the chapter, learn the chapter and go thoroughly, go thoroughly. Okay, learn thoroughly. I am going to explain to you in detail in short time. If you have any doubts, we can clarify in the live classes also. Let us begin colonialism and tribal societies. Okay, introduction part, it says basically we are going to study about the tribal societies, but there is a term called colonialism. Why this colonialism came? Yes, dear students, it came because of the British government entering in India. Okay, how British government came to India and divided the people, how they started making colonies, how they started dividing tribals and they started taking away the raw materials from India. Those things are explained in this chapter. This is the introduction part. So that is what. Now, question may arise in your mind, who are these tribals? Yes or no? Yes. Let us learn who are these tribals. Okay, these tribals not basically from the rich, what high classes, high class families. No, they are from not from the industrial families, not from the agrarian families. Okay, agrarian societies. They are not from the well-to-do backgrounds. They are from the poor backgrounds. Simplify to make you understand. To simplify, what they were called Adivasis. Now also you call them Adivasis. Okay, Adi means old time, ancient time. It is given here. You can see, my dear students. Vasi means inhabitant, living. That means, to simplify, inhabiting from ancient times, living from the ancient times. Okay, they have been from the beginning. That is what it means. Now, next point says they were not living in the towns or cities. Basically, they are living in the forest areas. They used to have their own traditions. They used to have their own belief systems. They used to have their own lifestyle. Okay. Next page. Look at the first point. They did not have any casteism. There was no high class, low class, and division of groups. That is first point. Second point says they were depending on natural resources, basically for their survivals and sustenance. So they did not have any economic world. Okay. So they did not have any currencies also. No money, nothing. What was the system that time then? There was a barter system. Barter system is exchange of goods to goods. Okay. So that is, suppose I give you 2 kgs of sugar, then you give 4 kgs of rice. That is called barter system. Okay. Gradually time went by, time passed by, and people started developing. Some they started working as laborers, some they became landowners themselves, some they started working under jamindars. Okay, some they went to what you call cities. So that is what time went by. Now, to make you understand better, let me see the areas of habitation. First one is, let me tell you, basically they lived in the forest areas, I told you. Yes, remote areas, yes. And now I'll tell you, basically we are going to see that 7 sisters. Who are the 7 sisters? 7 sisters means the 7 states of Northeast. Basically this is the area where tribals are existing still many in India now, like Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, these are 7 sisters. These are 7 states where basically we get tribals. Not only that places, other places also, like here MP, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. You will get also in West Bengal, you will get in Madhya Pradesh and some more states. Okay, and now you can see here some tribes of Northeast like Bodo, Garo, Kuki, Bhutia and Adi. These are the places where you will get other tribals of Northeast. These are the tribes. Now we are going to see religious practices, my dear students. What are the practices? They were not like Christianity those days, Hinduism, Islam, like that. They used to live with the nature, so they used to worship the nature. Like you can see here, sun, moon, tree, rain, forest, and they also used to worship ancestors. Okay, so basically they are worshipping the deities, not the god and goddesses we worship now. Okay, languages. These are the languages as old as Sanskrit, my dear students. Like Santali was the main language. Orang, Kisan, Munda, Khadiya, Sadri. These are the languages they used to speak. Okay. Now we are going to see occupation. What are you going to see? Occupation. Important. First one is hunter-gatherers. Second one is shifting cultivation. Third one is animal herding. Settled cultivation. 4 points. Keep in your mind. Hunter-gatherers, basically they used to go to jungle, kill animals and bring them for their daily sustenance. At the same time, they used to have some forest produces, forest products for their daily needs. Some fruits they used to make oil, they extract oil, and some they used to make use of for the oil, what called medicine purposes. Okay, so that is what the life was in the occupation. Okay, in the occupation, first one, some tribes they used to go for hunting. Okay, now second one, let's see. Some tribes they used to do the jhum cultivation, shift cultivation. I was telling, I'll explain to you better. So this is what cultivation, where they used to cut the trees and burn down the trees and make it fertility of the land, then cultivate there for 1 or 2 years and get whatever they want. No, and if the fertility of the land is gone, they go to another place. That is why it is called shift. Shift means to move from one place to the other place. Okay, so that is what the shift cultivation is all about. So this tribe they used to go for the shift cultivation, cultivate one place and go to another place also. Next, animal herdings. They used to take care of some kind of animals. These tribes basically they maintain the animals like cattle, sheep, goat. What a purpose? Like meal purposes, like meat purposes, and skin purposes. Okay. Now some tribes like Punjabis in Gujarat. Gujarat one tribe is there, that is in Punjab. Lambadis in AP and Telangana. Bakarwals in Kashmir. Okay. Last one is settled cultivation. They used to get settled and cultivate whatever they wanted. They used to stay there for some times, and that is how slowly the society developed, and some became owners, some became landowners, some became zamindars, and all this. Okay. So this is the chapter we have finished in the introduction part. Okay. So other points, other subtopics will be continued by the other teachers. Have a good day. Keep learning. Any doubts, keep asking. Thank you and enjoy the day.